Welcome back to Age of Engineering, and it's time to get started with some automation. Let's quickly pop inside and you can see a few things that I've made. One is this cobblestone generator from Tiny Progressions. Doesn't need any power, you pop it down and it starts generating cobble. It can either output into an inventory above itself, like a chest, or in this case a hopper below itself, which then is feeding into this electric furnace. That's filling up with cobble because I need some stone for some of the other things we're going to be building. Let me just put some stuff away in here. Should do for now. Let me just put the sticky resin in place. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's go and quickly check out our tree farm. I replaced the birch with oak because I wanted a bookshelf, so I needed some oak. So I decided to replace the bookshelf over here that I created. And then I used the moss on it. It worked just fine. I can put the mending moss onto the pickaxe. And that in turn will absorb XP, I think it is to repair itself. So pretty good. We will be pretty much getting out of the, well, we'll be upgrading this very shortly once we get enough steel. So it's not going to be around for too much longer. So I don't want to go to a better material, like what we got in the nether last episode. So, what are these? These are crafters. I put one on top of this hopper to start off with, and it generated some axes. The axes pop down into here. They're fed by tiny charcoal. Tiny charcoal I just grab from here. It's the same as the mini coal. Grab from the charcoal here, put it in a crafting grid, you get tiny charcoal. You can get it to self-feed itself, but we want all the... self-feed itself. Bad English. You can get it to feed itself with oak and put it back in here, but it's not as efficient as sending it through one of our coke ovens into charcoal, which is much better, and then back into mini charcoal, which will basically do, I think, one sapling per mini charcoal. So everything's nice and efficient if you do it that way. So I ripped up all that nice hopper duct that I put in last episode. It's no longer there. And there's a hopper here. I'm probably going to rip that out as well. Let me just get rid of these just before I get to that point. And is there anything in there? There's some oak. Okay, so it'll build up in the internal inventory. So we're going to automate this, and I'm going to put more range in. So each one of these upgrades extends the number of saplings by 1 in a spiral pattern. Let me just pop some dirt down. That should do for now. Put that down there. Okay. So, how do we automate it? Well, we need to make stone axes, which is straightforward, but because we don't have a digital storage system of any kind for some time yet, we've got to do it with more manual blocks. Now, I had a great success in my last playthrough of Project 2002 with crafters from Ender.io, and progressive automation, which is what the guide is telling us to use, has a crafter, which is good. Stone crafters in this case is probably pretty cheap. We could use wooden crafters, but then we'd be restricted to wooden things, and I want stone axes because we got the stone chopper. So stone crafter it is. Straightforward recipe, just stone around a wooden crafter and a crafting table. Wooden crafter is just wood logs with chest, furnace, and crafting table. So in here, what we've got is the first crafter. This is going to go from oak to planks. This one's going to go from planks to sticks, and you just specify the recipes on the left-hand side. This is what it's going to make. It shall show the recipe output. This is where you dump your stuff to make things, and this is the output slot, and then you just need some fuel. And then from sticks, we get in to make a stone axe. We've got some cobblestone, some sticks, and it'll output axes just fine. So from there, we're probably going to take it down this way, directly across and up into here where it'll put axes. Maybe. We don't have any speed upgrades, so doing that may be too slow. Depends how fast it searches, and we're going to come to how it's going to do that very shortly. But once the axes are in here, everything will be fine. We also need to get charcoal in there. It needs an axe. Why do you need an axe? You've got axes. That is very odd. Okay. Here's an axe. I'll figure that out later. It was running, it just when I remove this block, there might be some shenanigans going on. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. So we're going to have to that. We're going to have to get all this set up with stuff that goes from here to here, here to here. We could try and use hopper ducts, but as I was saying before in the last episode, we have problems with using hoppers as kind of intermediaries. So we need to upgrade those to the next set of things. So extra utilities, here we come. We're going to need stone, first of all. Let me just grab a full stack. That's been created. And let's grab that. And then we want stone slabs. So let's create a lot of them. It's dump them into the next next crafting table. That is actually really good. That is a new feature, and I'm very happy with it. I didn't know that was even going to do that. Okay, so we're going to create transfer pipes, and transfer pipes we're going to need hopper ducts to make those. So 1, 2, and then some glass maybe. Yeah, let's just grab that glass and put it in there. Okay, and we get some transfer pipes, and I guess they're going to go back into the other crafting station. They all both act as inventories, so that's actually pretty good. You could create a chain of manual crafting, I suppose, that way. Anyway, we've got the transfer pipe. We're going to need the rest of the extra utility stuff. So there's 2 things I'm interested in. I was looking for the, what is it called that I was using at the end of last playthrough, filter, no, what's it called? The hyper rationing, there we go, rationing, nope, there's no rationing. In the update between 1.7 and 1.10, it's changed how you do things. It's called a transfer filter, I think now? Yeah, transfer filter, so it needs a regular item filter. You could use those in nodes before, which is just some string, some sticks, and some redstone. So we're going to need to create some of those. And we're also going to need the transfer node itself, which is a hopper, some transfer pipe, some stone, and some redstone. So let's just get rid of a lot of this junk, first of all, from my inventory. Let's get rid of all of you. I don't need those yet. We'll come back to them. Get rid of the saplings and iron plates. And where's those crafters? Let me grab those back. That will do for now. There we go. Okay. So, transfer node. We want our hopper, which I have 2 of. We just need some more redstone, I imagine. And some more stone would probably not go amiss. Okay. A couple of transfer nodes. I'm going to need more anyway, but I may as well start off with them. And we need some item filters, so I need some sticks and string. String. Why do I have chests on my toolbar slot? Do I have any string? I probably have wool, and I guess I can shred the wool. Do we have any around? There are plenty of sheep, that much is for certain. I've got some string, there we go. And some sticks as well. So let's just grab some oak wood and change to planks, planks to sticks, and away we go. I'm going to want a few of these as well. So let's just create, you get 4 per, so we need an item filter. Let's create 2 of those, and let's create 8 of these other ones, if we can. So those are my first 4 transfer pipes. So I'm going to need more oh no, hang on, we get some back. So was it only a temporary thing, or did I create more transfer pipes than I thought we had? Anyway, let's get started. Why extra utilities? Well, the main problem with these crafters, and the same is true with all crafters, including the one thing with extra Ender.io, is that if you just set up piping systems to go from one to the next, it's fine when you're here, when you only have 1 ingredient. When you get to here and you have 2 ingredients, it will jam. So if, for example, if it starts filling this up with cobble, if we ever get to a point where there's 0 sticks, and I guess, you know, that's going to happen because this is going to fill up to 64, and if it ever runs out of this old cobble, then this stack's going to die, the cobble's going to replace it, and it'll just jam. So the transfer filters are there to do what rationing pipes did, which is to say, they will let me configure this to be a single stack. So only a single stack of cobble, only a single stack of sticks, and in this case we're actually going to need one on top that there as well, because we're going to get it from two different sides, the inputs. Okay, so then let's just put in the transfer node here and transfer node here, and then we're going to need, I guess, the two transfer pipes. There we go. So everything should feed through. If I just drop in, say, some logs, and let me just grab that. It's got some power included. No, it's passing them through as fuel. I know what I need. I need something else. Let me just disable that for a second. Okay, I need the wrench. Let's go and grab it. I think it's just 3 sticks and a piece of iron. Let's just grab the wrench. The progressive automation stuff is quite configurable, more so than most blocks. And in order to do that, you have to set the side to whatever you want. So if you go through them, query, output, fuel input, input. Okay, so we want input for these. There we go. And as you can see, you know, these are all around. So I want to configure that side as input. This side is input. That side is input. I quite like we can see what it's actually doing. It is going around them in a spiral pattern. Cute. Okay, so this is configured as an input. This is configured as an input. And so is the top. So each of these should no longer pass through for fuel. So if I pop in, let's say, some oak wood. What's going on? Why are you... Oh, it's the output side as well. Oh, I gotta configure both sides. Fine. Let's do this again. I keep missing it. Let's craft a query. So output, output. And then I guess output for this one is going to be here. I want fuel in the bottom, so that's fine. We can change to fuel for that. So let's put this back again. Transfer filter. Well, oh, in fact, I don't even need one here. Let's get rid of you. One there. Fine. That should all be done now. So we can set this back up. One there and one there. And then let's just get our transfer pipes. Okay, let's try that again. It's not actually outputting now, which is a good sign. And we want to take out the planks, and that. Now is the whole thing pristine if I put in some charcoal. This should create planks, which should arrive here. Which should create, once I put some charcoal in, should go and create some sticks, which should arrive here. And that's not working as I intended because I need to reset this back up. So single stack, that should stop receiving sticks. And it's building up in the transfer node itself, but it can't put them anywhere because there's no link to this because it's blocked by the transfer filter. Pretty good. So that whole chain is working for the sticks. For the other thing, for the cobblestone, what we can do is go and grab this. I'm going to make another one of these, to be honest. They're quite handy. Not very fast, but they are handy. So let's just grab this. And we're going to want to put this like a few blocks, oh well, one block up at least. So let's just grab that. Put this, say, here. And then I'm going to need another transfer node. Let me set this to single stack as well. And it's just going to go straight down. So do I have any transfer nodes left? No. I only made 2. Okay, let me go and make some more. Okay, so I really, really want to only have to feed stuff into the bottom of this, but I can't, or retrieve and fill it into the bottom, but I can't. No ender chests yet, nothing like that. Can't use retrieval nodes yet, they need ender pearls and other bits and pieces. So I'm sort of stuck. I can feed stuff into it, but to get stuff out, I need another transfer node. So, all right, I've set the bottom of each of these to be input only, fuel input only, sorry, not input. And then what we're going to do is go this way. And we're just going to go like this. How many blocks is that? Is that 2 blocks away? I'm going to guess it's 2 blocks. So that should be the middle, I think. No, I'm one off. This is fine. In fact, am I one off? No, I am right. Yeah, that's under one of the blocks. Okay. No, thought I was right. So let's just grab a transfer node. There we go. And that once this is cooking up wood, which we may as well put some in there, just to test the approach, we'll produce charcoal. I'm then going to want another stone crafter. Have I got one? Yeah, I do. We're going to have to set up some kind of loop here. Let me just get rid of this. I could do with another hopper. That's kind of useful. And in here we want, well, let's see what we can do. So let's say I put it here and let's just clear out a bit more room. We want to input charcoal into the top, which is fine. I don't think, do we only want any limits? I want to make sure that it's set right. So that's going to be the input. So top is input. And then I guess I'm going to have to drop down one more. Step down here. Bottom is going to be the output. And then we're going to have to put it back on itself. Is there anything else I need to do? I don't think I need anything else other than that. Let me just quickly step in here and say the recipe is just charcoal. Have you finished with some yet? No, you haven't. Well, it has finished with one. That's fine. Let's put charcoal in here, and that's the recipe. So as long as it inputs, that'll be fine. So let's just grab the transfer pipe and pop that in place. And there we go. It doesn't have any fuel yet, but that's fine. We're about to get that. So here's the bottom. So I'm going to need another transfer node. Let's just go and grab that. I did make an extra one. It's just in the crafting table. So let's grab you. It's going to need one of these, isn't it? And let me just actually make another one. I'm probably going to need it. Let's grab these. We're probably going to need quite a few of these, to be honest, but I don't have enough hoppers just yet. There we go. So let's just take 2 with us. To figure out carpenter doors. Is carpentry in this? Nope. Guess not. I was kind of hoping for some nice stealthy doors, but if there's any alternative and you know about it, let me know in the comments. I prefer stealthier doors. Where are we? Over here. So, transfer node at the bottom. Again, no need to limit it any other way than this. So let's just grab... I may have to move all this down. We'll see very shortly. Are you going to connect? You are, but can you actually put anything in here? I'm not sure if it can process charcoal again. And let's just get rid of you. Can I get rid of you? Maybe not. Are you going to be self-feeding? Let's start you off. Okay, you've reduced some. You're going to be feeding that out, and it's feeding back in on itself. Good. Infinite loop. That should be that sorted. However, we have to make sure we've got enough supply, but we can then send transfer node out to all of these. So that's going to connect. So what? I can either click on it. Let's actually go down because then I can mask this. There we go. And then I'm going to have to come this way. I'm going to run out of this stuff. Okay, I'll make more, but you get the idea. I'm going to feed into the bottom of these. Out of this, once it actually builds up enough that it's... What I'm hoping is that this transfer node is going to seek the closest match first and keep this full. If it does, then we don't have to do any more issues, any more modifications. If it doesn't, if it goes red and robin, then we may not have enough logs, at least for a little while yet. Anyway, the fuel's going to come this way, into the bottom of each of these, and then over here, and, well, I've got a choice. I can either feed it into the bottom of this, and that will keep it fueled. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. That'll keep it fueled. Or what I'm going to have to do is dig a hole, probably, I don't know, here, and come up here and move this hopper into place so that I can act as a buffer for the axes. And in fact, that's already a problem, mainly because it's right there, so it's catching it's catching anything that falls into it. I've got to put a block on top of it, which means I'm going to have to put it there anyway. And yeah, we'll feed stuff into that. So let me come back once that's all complete, and then that build should be done. Alright, I think I've got the kinks worked out here. So I've lowered everything into the ground just so I can hide it. And we just need one more piece of transfer pipe. Is that enough? Single stack? Yeah, are you single stack? You are. Okay, so that should be everything now. So, in order, we got the cobblestone generator feeding into an autocrafter. That should start increasing. Why aren't you increasing? You should be. It's just probably slow. That'd be very odd otherwise. Unless this will... No, that should be fine. It's only got an option to go into here, so it should actually go into there. Anyway, sort that out. But that goes into here. I then moved the logs to planks, planks to sticks, sticks to axes, and then it gets output here. So if we connect that up to here, this should go down this way. I can't really put any directional using the IC2, not IC2, extra utils wrench. I can't really put any directional stuff because it's coming both ways through this one pipe, so I've got to be a bit careful. So from there, that will output and it'll go down here along with the mini charcoal into the bottom of this, which is set to, let me just see if I got my other wrench. Where is it? There it is. Query mode. What have I got this set to? Query. Set to normal, and then we've got this item filter in the transfer filter. Say only allow stone axes in here and tiny charcoal. So inside there, we've got a stone axe and tiny charcoal. The output is being put into this area, which is slowly draining. There's another transfer node. This side is set to output where the transfer node is. And this is filling up with oak wood, which is then looking all the way down here for anything that will accept oak wood. Now, the main problem I'm going to have here, I'm going to have to create more item filters, is that these technically could take oak wood as the fuel source. So I will have to upgrade them to do that. But otherwise, that's straightforward because the oak wood's going to go this way. It's going to go into here. Again, I may need an input so to stop this. Oh no, in fact, that's fine. It's this that will be the problem here. This is now the fuel side for this. I don't want it to go all the way around here. I had to move that section of the pipe because otherwise you could end up with charcoal running here out this way, missing this machine entirely, and then heading into the rest of the network. So I have to keep this separate. So the charcoal comes down into here. As long as this stays full, none of this should happen, of course. And the same thing with these machines. I've not got them set to single stack. I've got them set to single item so that I can always be sure until everything backs up that we're okay in fuel. So the wood's going to come back along here into this section. Now this is got a filter on saying the only thing to allow in here is oak wood. Just in case, I don't think there's anything else that it will accept, but I've got that on there just in case. And then 3 storage drawers already filled with apples, saplings, and wood. So aside from actually making, fuel, and that will be used for other purposes, and wood, which we're going to use, it does have a byproduct, I guess, of making stone axes. I can make... So Tinker's Construct Act, that's one possibility, instead of doing this automation thing. But this is essentially free, it's all byproducts of the same farm. So I may as well make an automated setup. I'm not quite sure about Tinker's Construct yet. There are ways to do it, but this is the easiest and straightforward way for early game anyway. So we get stone axes for free. They go into there. So the only thing we need to do is then feed back into this one somehow logs. This one. And at the moment, I think I'm just going to fill it up with logs. Mainly because it actually takes a fair amount of aluminium to make these. Each 3 aluminium make 2 hopper ducts, and 2 hopper ducts make 1 transfer pipe. So it's like 3 aluminium per transfer pipe, and that's a lot of aluminium at this stage of the game. Anyway, I'll leave that probably exposed, or a hopper or a chest or something like that, and I can just drop in logs and everything else, and I'll just automate it out from back here whenever I get the chance to, or I'll move those storage drawers around. Not decide what I'm going to do yet, but it's all up and working, or should be now. And once that stone axe runs out, it should continue going. I haven't restricted the actual number of tiny charcoal in there, nor in a couple of other places. The main thing is here, I've not restricted the charcoal only in these 3 to be a single mini charcoal. Okay, so that is pretty much the automated wood setup, and it gets us pretty much wood for days, or rather, you know, fuel for days. It's not in this chest, that was just stuff I got from mining. What may be worthwhile doing is another output to the mini charcoal end. So from here, oh no, it's going to go into murky weather, which is going to spawn mobs like crazy. Okay, so I'll leave this episode here just before everything starts attacking me. Although they're starting to spawn. But we've got automated wood, and may well get another storage drawer going with something like mini charcoal, or just something I can grab and put in a hopper over here for now. So we've got a fuel source, it's fully automated, and that's pretty good. Hope you like this episode. Feel free to thumbs up. Next episode, we're probably going to try and get to the next stage. We're going to have to get the Empowerer set up. Well, let's just take a quick look at our guide. Our guide is saying work through progressive automation. We could go into the miner, but I don't really want to mess the ground up. The miner does actually replace everything with cobble from progressive automation anyway. It doesn't like the Ender Quarry is a much better version, but that's of course extra utilities, and we probably can't afford the Ender Quarry? What quarry options do we have? Quantum Quarry. That is actually new to this version of Minecraft and to me. And more importantly, it's a quantum quarry, so it mines blocks from a hypothetical dimension that might have existed. Okay. I guess we're not doing that for a while. End diamond block in a carpenter with rimmed black stable stone. It's from basalt. And diamonds come from an atomic calculator, and we've not even got to a scientific calculator yet, so yeah, we're not going to have that quarry option. Oh well. I hate it when it goes gloomy weather like this. It's the only problem I have with the mining world is occasionally this can happen, and it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, there's lots of things out there that really don't like me. Anyway, let's finish this episode, and next episode we'll probably get into the scientific calculator, get towards the Empowerer, and then see if we can get into the next stage. Hope you'll join me then. Thanks for watching.